I spent about 90 hours putting together a proposal for a company worth just shy of $10 billion. And you know what? They didn't hire me. Honestly, I kind of deserved it. This was a groundbreaking in Louisiana, so my home turf, and they gave me a budget of $150,000 to work with and a list of everything they wanted in it. So I built out the budget. It came in a little bit above the 150K because they really did want quite a bit in there. Sent it over to them and they replied with some inspiration photos. I opened them up and I was immediately confused because the photos looked a lot more like the events we've done at the Indy 500 or Formula One than they did any groundbreaking that I've ever been involved in. And those are closer to $1 million productions. Unfortunately, there's really no way for me to fake a $150,000 budget and make it look like $1 million. So I explained that to them and they said, okay, put together your best estimate for uh, what this vision is going to entail. Basically, use these inspiration photos and build out the budget accordingly. And that's when I went to work. I reached out to a number of my vendors, got pricing. A few of them provided spec work and design work as well. We collaboratively came up with a killer concept, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. And honestly, the client loved it. We got on the phone with them, and they said this is by far the best creative we've seen. And then they said, but our maximum budget is 500K. That's the most we're going to be able to get for this groundbreaking. So I knew I was going to have to go back to all my vendors and we were going to have to continue to work on these numbers. And as we were getting off the phone, I mentioned something about their tent. Now, keep in mind, this was a groundbreaking in the beginning of the summer in Louisiana. And as such, there was no physical building there yet. So we were going to need a tent in order to do the groundbreaking. And the tent was quite large. When I said something about the tent, the client said, oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell you. We're going to need you to source the tent. So they needed me to cut about $220,000 out of the budget and add a massive tent. So I told them that I was probably going to have a little bit of trouble getting the number down to 500K, but we would see what we could do. So everybody reworked our numbers. We cut what we could. And my final number ended up being $750,000. I tried and tried to get it less than that, and it just didn't work. And in my email, I explained my number would have been below 500K if they hadn't included the tent in the mix. But with the tent, it got me back up to just about where I had been initially, which was 750K. So it landed in their inbox Thursday night. I said, let's hop on a call on Friday. Nothing. I never heard back from them. Um, yeah, I never heard back the whole weekend. Monday came around. I had reached out a couple of times. I got one email saying, I will get back to you tonight. And I still didn't hear from them. I left a couple voicemails, reached out to everybody that I could. And midway through that week, it dawned on me that I had essentially documented the entire solution for them. I gave them the thinking, the blueprint, the concept, the creative before they had hired me, and I know better. I've become a lot more careful about creative work and basically giving away that work before we're hired. I still want clients to understand what things cost, and I want them to understand what a project is when it's $150,000 versus $500,000 versus $1 million. But there's a difference between showing someone what something costs and giving them the entire fucking recipe to prove it.